Welcome to It's UATL, your unscripted weekly dose of Black culture straight from the heart of Atlanta. I'm Nedra Roan, and I'm here with Brooke Howard and Naja Parker. Hey, guys.
Hi, ladies.
Deasia is going to join us for our main segment, in which we'll be talking about the apps that have been designed for women to warn other women about the whack or weird men that they have dated. But first, in other scary news, this Friday's Halloween. So what are y'all doing for Halloween this year?
Ooh, I will actually be at a wedding.
Oh. On Halloween?
Well, it's on November 1st. I love Halloween. Now, y'all know I'm a hoodoo. I love all things spooky. Give me all the witchy stuff. But this year for Halloween, apparently I'll be dressing up as a bridesmaid. I will be a bridesmaid at the wedding.
Okay.
Wait. Are you wearing your bridesmaids?
No, I'm just saying that will, okay. I will be in Virginia for the wedding.
Got it.
So I won't be able to actually participate in Halloween festivities. So I will be a bridesmaid on November 1st, and I will have to channel that spirit of wedding season for Halloween. There we go.
Naja, what about you?
Usually for Halloween, I do not dress up. I have never gotten into the spirit enough to want to be. I think I've dressed up maybe 2 or 3 times in my whole life.
Hold on, was this something, like, I know you had like a super religious family. Is it something related to that?
I don't know if it's related to that. I mean, but one of the times was for Halloween at church, and I was some kind of
Halloween,
some kind of spider witch or something.
And she did church or treat.
Church or treat, yes, exactly. And we did a little hayride, and that was fun. But something about it's a lot of thinking for me that I don't want to do. Thinking about who I might be, what the outfit's going to look like, my makeup, it's like more effort than I want to put into that day. So I usually don't even try. But I do enjoy scrolling through Instagram, watching folks get done up. I love watching the babies in their little outfits. Like the pumpkin outfit is my favorite thing ever. But I don't dress up, but I do go to a friend's house. She lives in a neighborhood where there are trick-or-treaters everywhere, and she'll sit out the candy, and there's a popcorn station for the parents. And we just watch the kids come by in their cute little outfits, and we snack and say happy Halloween, trick or treat. So that's usually how I celebrate. Now, I might put on like some Mickey Mouse ears, some cow ears, but that's the extent of my dressing up. What about you, Nedra?
So much like Brooke, this is one of my favorites. Holidays. Always, same, love a little spiritual something going on. So I generally over the years have had a lot of favorite costumes. When I was a kid, it was a carrot because my mom made it for me, and it was a fuzzy orange thing.
Where
and had
are
a little
the
green
pictures?
collar. Yes. So I wore that for years until it got to one Halloween, and she was like, "You cannot wear that anymore. It's too small." And like I couldn't get my arm through the holes, and she's like, "No, we're not doing this." So that was the end of that one. And then most recently, as an adult, I mean, I generally will do some sort of costume, even if I'm not like a fit. Because I would say when I became a mom, I was less focused on myself and more focused on her costumes. So I've done costumes less.
Too. Okay.
But I did do last year. I was Harley Quinn, and I went walking the neighborhood with the Joker.
Love that.
One of my favorite costumes I've done, I dressed up as Katana from Mortal Kombat.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah. Like a big gamer. Love Mortal Kombat. Followed the series.
I didn't know that about you.
Yeah, girl.
Yes, we did.
When did
I talk about gaming?
She says that all the time.
Oh, okay, sorry, I'm being a bad listener.
Dressed up as Katana, had my little fans, all the things, like a little face mask. A lot of times I like to do costumes like out of my closet. Like I don't want to go and buy it. I want to fashion it.
I was Foxy Brown once.
Ooh.
Pam Grier is my idol, so yeah.
Paying homage.
How did you dress up as Pam Grier? Like, what exactly does that look like?
So I wore a pair of black bell bottoms. I had on like a black crop top. I had an afro wig, and I took a pistol and I stuck it in the back of the wig.
Wow.
It was one of my best costumes. And then, I would pull out the pistol, and because that was her big move. So, yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a good one. You should have led with that one.
Yeah, right?
I forgot about it. There were so many. So many. Do you all have any crazy stories about a crazy Halloween or favorite Halloween movie or song?
I love scary movies. Like I love The Shining.
Yeah,
that will
that's a good one.
never be old to me.
Yeah.
Halloween themed. You can't go wrong with Halloween.
Halloween. That's
yeah.
it.
It's iconic.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't even know if there's a Halloween song. Has anybody heard a song?
Monster Mash.
Yeah, that is one. Yeah.
I don't know no Monster Mash.
The theme from
Monster
Halloween.
Mash.
Happy, happy Halloween. Halloween.
That one.
Oh my God, wait a minute, you guys. For songs, we totally forgot about Thriller.
Oh my goodness. The legendary
The
Michael.
legendary.
Hot take. I'm not a big Thriller fan. Of the song. The song.
Okay, no, wait.
I mean, we kind of need to. How can we?
Let's talk
like,
about
Come on
Thriller
now.
and
Isabel.
the fact that when it came out, we had to memorize the Vincent Price.
Vincent's dope.
Right? I
I
mean,
know that
everybody
part.
went through and memorized it so that we could say it, because it was just so cool. And of course, Halloween was the time when everybody was trying to show off that they knew.
The dance.
Dance move.
Yeah.
Okay, we're ready.
No. And no.
In New York, there's like a mass
Yes, the
Thriller,
big Thriller
yeah,
dance. Yeah.
during the parade.
What do they call it? The flash
Flash
mob?
dance. Yeah, flash mobs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a Thriller flash mob.
I like the video more than the song. Like I was a
Yes.
spooky kid too. It's spooky now, spooky then. And I loved watching the video. Like I did not get scared about Michael. I wanted to see the whole thing. Like leaving the movie theater, seeing her running. Sis, why are you running into this abandoned house?
Yeah.
As a child, even then, like why? Why are you running by yourself? Go get help.
Please get help. It was something about Michael's last look at the end where he turns around in those
So
yellow
sinister.
eyes. And I'm just like, that stuck with me. That stuck with
I
me.
think let's do the laugh. Remember the laugh? That was the best.
You've practiced that, huh?
Well,
It was too good. It was too good. It was too good.
Ready to go.
I've been waiting all year for this.
yes. Oh man, I totally forgot about that. So how did we forget
I
Thriller?
have no idea how we forgot Thriller.
Oh, and Ghostbusters.
Okay.
Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. I'm looking them up now.
Oh, maybe that's what we should
Rockwell.
do.
I always feel like
Somebody's watching me.
and I have no privacy. Whoa. Okay, so now it's time to get to our main segment. So I feel like most of us have probably been on a bad date. Maybe. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Or maybe you've dated someone for a while that you probably shouldn't have. There was issues later.
That too.
Okay. And maybe you wanted to warn other women about this person so that they wouldn't go through the same thing that you went through. And now there's actually an app where we can do this, right? The most popular one that I know of is called the T Dating Advice app. There are about 5 million women who are part of this app. And you can post about a man that you've dated, warn others about his behavior or his status. Perhaps he's married, maybe he's aggressive, or he could just be a jerk, right? There's also on the app, there's resources for you to do background checks and criminal background checks and all the things that we feel like we need to do before we go out with someone these days. Quick disclaimer. After we recorded this segment, it was reported that the T app was removed from the Apple App Store for failing to comply with Apple's rules regarding content moderation and user privacy. It seems, though, that some users still have access to the app. Okay, so have any of you all ever tried an app like this?
I have not. My first time hearing about an app like this was from reading your column. You're always educating us, Nedra.
I try.
Yes,
I do my best.
Yes. Yeah, I heard about the app, and actually this just came up casually. I was at dinner with a friend yesterday, and she just happened to mention the T.
She did.
And so I took her phone, but I used her phone to just see how it works. And it is something. I did do my own search for somebody, who won't be named. Luckily, I didn't see anything coming up.
I've never heard of an app like this, but I mean, of course, there's the private groups on Facebook. Are we
Yeah.
dating the same guy?
Right.
And you like to see are y'all, like to get the tea that way.
So let's start where many of these women probably started, which is, what is the worst date that you've ever had? And maybe you wish that you had an app like this where you could, talk about it.
Just one bad date.
Just one for our purposes, because we don't
worst?
have time to go through my whole list of bad days. What's your story, Brooke?
Yeah,
Man,
Brooke looks
girl.
like she's got some.
Hold on.
type-
No. This man, okay, first of all, this is when I was living in New York and I was looking for an apartment. So this broker, I ended up getting paired with him somehow, whatever. And after I found an apartment, not through him, he kept asking me out. I was not interested in this man, not interested whatsoever. He kept asking me out, kept asking me out. He said, oh, no, let's do a lunch date. We finally went out to a lunch date. And it was like a place where you go up, you order, you get your food, and you go. So he ordered before me, and then he walked off and waited until I ordered. And then I ordered my food, and the cashier was like, is this together or separate? Super awkward moment, right?
We love that question.
And I looked to the guy, is this separate or together? And then he's hum-hawing, is this together or separate? He had his nerve to tell the cashier, and I quote, she's trying to freeload.
He said that out loud.
He said that out loud.
Okay.
Out loud. And I said, okay. I paid for my food. And then we sat down. I was just quiet the whole time. And then I ignored him, essentially, like after that. That's the thing. That's a whole conversation within itself when men think that women are trying to be gold diggers when you don't have no gold.
Right.
Where's the gold?
What am I digging? That is irritating. How about you, Deasia?
So I haven't dated enough or at all to really have a bad date. I mean, I've had bad experiences with men, of course, but I haven't been on a date. I don't know. It's been years.
I felt like I heard the clock ticking while you were.
Yeah. Because I've lived here for almost 3 years. I haven't been on a date since I moved here.
Save yourself the frustration, honestly.
Yeah, because the horrors, I feel like I hear a lot of horror
Have you had a
stories with
bad, someone ask you on a date, a bad experience with that? Because that can be just as bad as going on the actual date, truthfully.
I mean, yeah. Every time somebody acts like a man asks me, my name, if I'm out, I always say my middle name. So I don't never give my real name because I don't know. It's like if you do give them your real information, then they will follow up, and then it's like you're not interested. But then if you don't, it's just a lot. So it's hard to like sort of weigh in like what's the safe way to react to that. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't. I can't weigh in, but I have had bad experiences with men for sure.
Right. Naja, thoughts?
I have thoughts. I have two things I want to share. I remember the first time a man was disrespectful, a boy was disrespectful to me because I rejected him.
Boy, make that correction.
And I'm also making that correction because I was a teenager.
Yes.
I was really young. I was driving home, probably from church, and we were at a red light, and the guy from the back seat rolled down the window to try to holler at me. And I said, no, I'm good. And he was like, you ain't shit. And I was like,
sir, you are in the backseat.
I mean, cue the TLC scrubs.
Right.
Like,
Yes.
like, you are not even driving the vehicle. So that was my first experience being disrespected because I said no.
Right.
The worst date I can think of happened in Atlanta before the pandemic. And it was somebody I had known since high school. He had moved to the West Coast, but he was in Atlanta for work, and he asked me out. And I'm like, oh, yeah, let's catch up. I had a little crush on you back when I was 17. Let's see what it's giving at, 25, 26. It wasn't giving. It wasn't giving. We were at a restaurant, and a family or a group of friends had walked in, and he kept wanting to give me commentary about how he thought the man was gay. And I'm like, why are you in their business? There was just all of this homophobia. And he spent a lot of time telling me his thoughts about what he was saying. And I'm like, shouldn't you be paying attention to what we got going on instead of trying to figure out somebody's sexuality? Why is that such a distraction for you right now?
Right.
Sounds to me
Because
like
if he's
he had-
homophobic, he's definitely sexist.
Yeah. So
And-
that was the
or
end of
he
that.
had a secret that he hasn't come to terms
Well,
with yet.
there's that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I didn't want to explain anything to him. I just wanted him to focus on the date. And he just wouldn't do it. I had to say it repeatedly. Hello, I'm right in front of you. Nothing else should be mattering. But I'm also recording this data in my head that we won't be going on another date. And we didn't.
Right.
We didn't.
Wow.
Nedra, what you got?
Yes.
I mean, I had to shuffle through a lot of history. But I think the one that stands out the most, at least the most entertaining story, is I was in Atlanta. I went out with this guy, met him at a party, went out with this guy. He seemed nice enough. And we went out for pizza. And we pull up to the spot, and we get out, walking into the place. He's like, oh, I forgot something. I was like, oh, okay. So we go back to the car, whatever. And he, opens up the armrest, gets his gun, sticks it in his waistband. He's like, okay, let's go. And I was like, wait, where are we going? He was like,
I thought we was going to get pizza. What you need to go for?
right. I was like, what? That's exactly what I said. That was my question. And he was like, Oh, it's good. It's good. And like we never talked about it. So the whole time I'm just like, why did we have to bring the gun into the pizza joint? We get back in the car after, I'm sitting there like, this is weird. Get back in the car. And I was like, so are you going to tell me what's going on here? Do I need to know something, anything, whatever? He's like, no, you just need this. You need it sometimes around here. You never know who's going to start shooting.
I have a follow-up. What kind of event did you meet this man at?
It was like a normal party. It might have even been media related. I mean, it wasn't like crazy. So, yeah, I was highly confused. But anyway, I was just like, well, that's how people roll out here. That's what they do.
Yeah, I learned that over the weekend. This is an aside.
Over the
but
weekend? Wait, this is recent.
Yeah, because so my friend, I was going out and my friend, she was coming over so we can go out together. And then she was saying, oh, do you think that they'll be checking bags? And I said, probably. Probably. And then she like brought out her gun that was in her big bag. I'm like, so I shouldn't bring this, right? I'm like, what?
Probably not, girl.
But like, it was just shocking. I'm like, okay, so yeah, I am in the South, so.
Yeah.
I will have to interject. I dated a guy from Philly, and he was always, always, always strapped. Like, before, if we couldn't go into a place without a gun, he wasn't for it.
He wasn't going.
No, he's like, he always like had his gun belt. He would have to wrap up the gun belt, have his whole little gun kit in the back. Yeah.
It's a process.
Did y'all go on another date, Nedra?
Oh,
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry.
Hold on. Let me think about this. No.
Okay.
We did not.
Okay.
Yeah. We talked after that, but we did not go on another date. Yeah.
You saw all you needed to see.
These are the kinds of stories I imagine that people would want to share on the app. Perhaps, I don't know. I mean, like, what do you all think is appropriate to share on something like this? Because one of the criticisms I got for writing that column was, oh, you must be, a misandrist. Oh, this is man-hating, blah, blah, blah. And really, to me, it was just like, no, like when you want to talk about an experience that happened, I mean, just like we're talking to each other now, you would talk to your friend or you would talk to someone. Like, you're going to out the kind of behavior that is questionable to someone. So what do you think is fair to share and what's not? Like, what's really helpful?
I mean, if they're married, I'm definitely sharing
For sure,
that.
yeah.
I would also say abuse.
Yeah.
Aggressive behavior of any kind. I think people should know about that.
I think some women too, and this is something that I've definitely have fallen into where I kind of gaslight myself when I have abusive situations. So you don't always tell your girlfriends or you don't necessarily immediately think something is wrong. So I think that having a sounding board of other well-minded or healthy-minded women is a good way for you to realize like, oh no, how he is treating me, what he's saying to me isn't healthy.
What do you think, Nedra?
I mean, I felt like I could see how there would be concerns about privacy or about defamation. Like I could see how that could go in a bad direction for people. But I also feel like there are things that I think people do because they are doing it in the cover of darkness, let's say. And I think the thing that is really scary for men is how widespread these apps are. Like if you have 5 million women and you're on this app and someone broadcasts some crappy stuff that you did, you better change your name or move or something like that because people are going to be like, oh, wait, I saw you and I don't want to mess with you. So, I feel like I can kind of see both sides, but I do feel like there is a need, and there always has been a need for women to share the kind of information that they share about men because,
patriarchy exists.
Yes.
Like that's a
We're not making it up.
thing.
Yeah.
We're not making these things up. Like men have a lot of power in this world, and they wield it in different ways and in very harmful ways as well. I mean, I think a lot of men are only allowed to see oppression in the way that it pertains to them and not other people because that's what patriarchy allows them to do. And so you also need to be questioning, if you were honest, women wouldn't have to, revert to these investigative skills to find information about you anyway, if you were just simply honest about stuff.
Yeah. I love the guy who sent his female friend undercover to join to scout out what was being said about him. And then his response was, well, I was honest. They're just mad. And I feel like that's constantly the default is like, like when you had the response from the guy in the back seat,
Yeah.
And he's like, well, you just a bee. Well, am I though?
Am I though?
But it also makes you wonder too, like, who is this friend who is not being
Who
a
did
woman's
it?
woman?
Right. I know.
And like,
What's wrong
giving
with her?
the details.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a great point.
Yeah. No, I felt like that too. I was like, what is her problem? Like, okay. Let me
Yeah,
stop.
Yeah, I was about to go there.
Stop. Moving on.
So we want to hear your take. What is one of the worst first dates you've ever been on? Use your phone's voice recorder to send us a response on Instagram at It's UATL or email us at uatl@ajc.com. And don't forget to add your name, your age, and where you're from. Okay, y'all, it's time to take a break. But when we come back, we'll talk about the data breach on one of these apps.
So anyway, there was this big data breach, of course, because, the people got mad. And I did not say men because we don't know who they were. They were all anonymous. Could have been a woman. Who knows? Someone gets upset about this and decides that they need to go on and expose all of the women. So they get this information. More than 70,000 women decide to throw it out on 4chan, which, okay, there's that. Then someone else takes this data and creates a locator map and actually tries to plot out. This is, I didn't see it myself, but no one actually saw, like none of the media saw it, but it was reported that someone created a locator map where you could actually find where or see where these women lived. And
Wow.
I mean, to me, that just felt like next level hate.
I don't understand why. You go through all these steps to, I don't know, expose somebody or embarrass somebody or whatever your intention is when you could just be better, which is how you ended your column. And I loved it. You could just be better. You don't have to worry or scout and investigate if you're on these apps if your behavior was appropriate.
Right. Well, that's my thing. It's like you think, if you're worried, then somewhere deep inside that you've done something that you should be worried about, that somebody might be talking about your behavior.
Because you wouldn't go through all that for nothing.
You wouldn't.
do we know if any of the women were targeted who were allegedly on this locator map?
Don't know specifically about this one, but I know that some women have been the subject of lawsuits. So men have filed lawsuits against individual women who have been on, these apps, or even I think maybe even the pages. They have also filed lawsuits against the founders, and they filed lawsuits against the platforms that host.
There was this TikTok page that was semi-viral. I mean, it was called Don't Date Him Atlanta. And it was just like a page. They would get submissions from women, I guess, via TikTok and then, post the guy's picture and then some information about him. And so they were posting, I think Kirk Frost was on there from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, which is so stupid. I don't know who created this page. And the page is now banned.
Nedra, do we know with the app you reported on, is it illegal to post this type of content without the person's consent? Like what's the
So I
legal
think
part of this?
there are different minds of this, obviously. And I don't think that anyone has settled on exactly what the legal standard is for it. Most of the images, as I understand, are taken from social media. If you have a public social media page, then technically you put your image out there, right? And then does someone have the right to say whatever they want to say about you? Well, that's up for debate. And I think that's what we'll see playing out in some of these lawsuits and ongoing conversations about this type of thing.
I mean, shout out to, what is his name? Sean Cook,
Yeah.
the founder of it, because he create it because his mom was catfished or something like that.
Yeah, that's what the story is. Although he's gotten a lot of backlash from the tech community because they're like, he's not real. The term is vibe coding, and they keep saying that, he doesn't know what he's doing. And this is why there was this opportunity for a security breach because he's clueless. And, but I'm like, so what? Like, to me, none of that really matters. Like, I could come up with an app idea and go find somebody to create it for me, right?
He's doing the Lord's work. I mean, shout out to him. I rarely give a man praise, but shout out. A soldier in the army of the Lord. Amen. Shout out to you, Sean Cook. What an ally. I love it.
What an ally. Yeah. The men, the other thing that they did was to create their own version.
And this is typical. I mean, back to your point about no scrubs, the TLC song.
Back to the no scrubs point.
Yeah, I mean, when that song came out, which was co-written by Candy Burris, by
Shout
the way,
out
shout
again.
out. There was the male version of that at
That's
the time called
right.
No,
No
Pigeons.
Pigeons.
I
Do you remember
totally
this?
forgot about that.
Same.
And they were
Wait,
just,
what were the words
You're
to
right.
that? Give me just some lines.
was-
I don't want no pigeon. That's all I remember.
Yeah, I was about to say I don't know what comes after that.
because it sounded
A pigeon
hot
is a
mess.
girl who be walking by, my rimmed up blue, brand new sparkling 5. Her feet hurt, so you know she want to ride, but she fronting like she can't say hi. What?
All I can say is, has anyone heard that song on the radio?
Exactly.
We do
But
not
did
remember
we just
it.
hear Scrubs last week,
Right.
this morning?
And that
I mean,
won a
come on.
Grammy, I believe. So,
Okay. And there we go.
So there's always like this male, like they feel like they're being attacked, but it's like no. Like it reminds me of when white people like use the term reverse racism. It's like that's not how that works. I feel like men just don't comprehend patriarchy like at all. Like, they don't see themselves as oppressors in a way, which is so.
I think they do understand it. It's just they play this obtuse game. Like, oh, I'm so used to being in power. Like what you said when it comes to white supremacy. I'm so used to being in power now. This extra level of power is being stripped away from me and somebody else is getting a little bit more. I don't like that. So they're running away and trying to fight.
Yeah.
Well, I obviously have not been on the mail app, but I'm told, at least I've read, that the men are giving commentary about women. And that's really all it is. It's not like, oh, she actually did something to me, or it's not like I was in danger, or it's not like, I got my heart broken even. It's just like, oh, she's trash. Oh, she's this. So it's like a lot of smack talk about women. And that was reported by a man.
Because that's what bitter men gonna do.
Yeah.
Like, it's like locker room talk, right? Like, when women are going to an app, for the most part, ours is always something emotional, like, we're really in distress. Hey, he did this to me. This and this happened. It, affected me in this way. A man is going to an app to gossip about who else this woman has dated. It's a whole dick measuring contest, essentially. And they're doing it completely out of malice, not actually protection.
Yeah, I feel like that sounds like the difference. This T app is for protection as a warning to keep people out of danger. But the one that's for men, I don't see that as the intention.
Right.
They have different missions.
Yeah, notice how the men's version is just a response. It wasn't like the men's version already existed.
Right.
Just like the song.
Right, exactly.
Yes. It's a reaction. It's reactionary. Yeah. I also felt like men who have actually suffered at the hands of women in a way that is damaging are going to be far less likely to talk publicly to other men about that experience.
It's a patriarch. No, like,
I mean, you know what I mean? Right. So it's like, so I'm almost like, what are they even talking about on there? Because I just don't see men suddenly becoming very vulnerable with this on an app with a group of other men. But what do you all think this says about kind of this larger, what feels like at least a gender kind of tension?
I just think the whole dating discourse now is just so insufferable. Like, it feels like a performance now instead of like an actual experience. Like, just go out and enjoy the person that you want to be dating and not go for like, people. Then there's the debate about going to cheesecake, whether that's a good place for
I didn't understand
for a
that one.
date.
I'm not going to lie. I love the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh
Oh
I
my
was just there
God.
2 weeks ago.
That menu is expensive. Come on now.
Yeah, they got
Give
so much
cheesecake.
stuff. So many
It's props.
cheesecake, but many things outside of that. But it's
Yeah.
just so
That's a good
insufferable.
example, Deasia. That was insufferable.
Do you think that this is the result of online dating? Because, I feel like as we moved on and this has become more ubiquitous, just dating online, like that's how so many people meet now, that people have come to view dating with less, regard and concern than what I think it deserves. It's like, it's because you can just go get another person. You can just go, swipe and slide and whatever it is you do now and find somebody else to go out with, So I almost feel like it devalues the experience of dating, but I don't know.
No, I mean, I agree with that because there's so many rules to this, and they say like date multiple people. And for me, I'm like, I barely have time for one person, let alone myself.
Yeah, I've been on a couple of apps, but I never stayed a long time. Like, I got turned off very quickly. Like, real quick. Maybe within the first week or two, I'm just like, there's so much other life to live, and I don't like how this is going.
Yeah.
I like a in real life
Same.
experience. Like, if I can,
Same, yeah.
I once met somebody at a concert and we went on a date, and that felt human.
Yeah.
Like we were
Right.
out in the world, we were
Yeah.
outside. It was
Yeah.
a genuine connection. And on the app, I gotta try to decode what you really mean when you send that emoji. I don't have time for that. It's just a little too convoluted for me. So I never stayed too long on a dating app.
People have asked me, in Atlanta, like, where do you meet people? How can you even meet people? You're not on the app. And I'm like, at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And sad to say, on Marta once I did meet him. He's a great dude, though.
Okay.
Love it.
Just at the park.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of places. And I'm like, why don't we see people in those places anymore? And I almost feel like it's because we're not really looking. We're looking on our phones or on our computers for people as opposed to just in the world sometimes. So
Don't get me wrong, I would prefer to meet people out in the wild, but whenever I do, they always end up being the craziest,
well, there's
borderline
that.
stalker-esque, aggressive. Like, it's almost like I, at this point, almost have to use social media to kind of vet them.
Well, I don't know. I mean, what does this say for the future of dating?
We're doomed. That's what it says. That's what it says. We're going nowhere fast.
Exactly. I mean, I am grateful that an app like the T app exists, because I did, when my friend showed me yesterday, I did take a minute to look around.
Yeah.
to do a look-see.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was like, okay, this could be a resource.
I can genuinely say that I would not expect to see anyone I've dated on that. I would not. Because I feel like for whatever reason, I was blessed with a decent picker. Now, have I had crazy experiences? For sure.
Yeah.
But I would never be thinking, one of my exes is on there.
I know a couple who could.
You know?
I know, Naja, you're like, we're doomed. But like, how do we move forward at this point with dating? What is the best, safest, mentally healthiest way?
I wouldn't know. Look, I'm like,
She's just like, I'm
I've been
checking
out
out.
the game. I don't even know.
I'm not gonna lie, I have run background checks.
I was gonna say, have you used? Well, actually, let me not ask that. I was gonna say, I know.
Have you used the work resources on Nexus
Which I
to
have
search
not.
for people?
I have not, but I do have journalism friends
Yeah,
who
who
have
do.
used
Who do.
Pacer and LexisNexis. Not me though, but stay blessed. But I do have friends in journalism who have used that as a resource.
So let me put that in my back
valuable
pocket.
resource if you have access
Right,
to
right,
it. Yeah, so that and what else? I mean, I think that's it,
Don't be outside. I know. I feel like the doom and gloom when on the dating episode. I don't know. Trust your gut.
Yeah.
Trust your instinct. If you see something that's a yellow flag, it's likely a red flag. I don't think you need as long as you think you need to figure out if somebody is worth sticking around. I think
Right.
you know.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you start seeing warning signs around 3 to 6 months. I feel like you should have a good gauge on who somebody is.
Agreed.
Whether you choose to leave or not is up to you.
Exactly. Well, whether you're dating online or in real life, we wish everybody luck.
Or in your own mind.
Exactly, that too, because we do have fantasies out here. We like to acknowledge those in the community as well.
Or dating yourself.
Yeah, dating
Perhaps
yourself.
you are.
Come on, Tracy
And
Ellis
that's okay.
Ross. Amen. But yeah, whatever you choose to decide, we wish everybody luck. That's it for us at It's UATL. Until next time.
Bye.
Toodles.
Thanks so much for listening to It's UATL.
UATL is a source for Black culture and community in Atlanta. It's powered by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution and our supporters. If you're enjoying this podcast, join us as a UATL paid supporter at UATL.com.
And if you like the episode, please follow us and leave us a rating and a review. It really helps. See you next week.